The assembly room of the Galactic Council fell into stunned silence. Eyes, stalks, and sensory appendages of various species turned toward the central screen, replaying the footage in an endless loop. There, clear as the cosmos, a human stood casually before a Cathan death beast, scratching behind its nightmarish horns as if it were a domesticated pet. Counselor Vier of the Zorthian Collective, a species known for their logical detachment, shifted uncomfortably in his containment pod. "This behavior defies all known survival instincts," he said, his voice modulating through the collective's translator. "The Cathan death beast is one of the most dangerous creatures in the known universe. Its aggression is unmatched, and its venomous spines can penetrate even the toughest armor. Yet here we see a human-added Zrax, a towering reptilian figure from the Drar Dominion, his scaled lips curling in disbelief, petting it as one would a common household animal. Perhaps the footage is doctored," suggested another council member, the bioluminescent Kian ambassador, her tendrils dimming in skepticism. "No, the footage is genuine," responded Admiral Gav, the human representative, with a bemused grin. "I can vouch for it. That human is one of our own. His name is Captain Jack Harper, a well-decorated explorer." Murmurs of disbelief and curiosity rippled through the assembly. The idea that humans, relatively new members of the Galactic Council, could exhibit such bizarre and reckless behavior was beyond comprehension. Gav continued, leaning forward, "You see, humans have a unique way of interacting with other species and creatures. We have a talent for establishing unexpected bonds." A holographic image of Captain Harper materialized in the center of the room, a typical human with a rugged demeanor, his hand confidently resting on the massive head of the Cathan death beast. The creature, known for its ferocity, appeared surprisingly docile. "It started when Harper's crew landed on Catha Prime," Gav explained. Murmurs of disbelief and curiosity rippled through the assembly. The idea that humans, relatively new members of the Galactic Council, could exhibit such bizarre and reckless behavior was beyond comprehension. Gav continued, leaning forward, "You see, humans have a unique way of interacting with other species and creatures. We have a talent for establishing unexpected bonds." A holographic image of Captain Harper materialized in the center of the room, a typical human with a rugged demeanor, his hand confidently resting on the massive head of the Cathan death beast. The creature, known for its ferocity, appeared surprisingly docile. "It started when Harper's crew landed on Catha Prime," Gav explained. Their mission was simple reconnaissance and potential alliance. The Cathan are formidable warriors, and their beasts are an extension of their culture's prowess. As soon as we landed, Harper's recorded voice narrated, the scene shifting to the harsh crimson landscapes of Catha Prime. We were surrounded by these enormous death beasts. My crew was on edge, weapons ready, but I had this gut feeling. I approached the nearest one slowly, making sure not to show any signs of threat. The council members watched in rapt attention as the hologram displayed Harper's slow, deliberate movements towards the towering beast. The creature, all fangs and spines, regarded him with what could only be described as curiosity. "I remembered something my granddad told me back on Earth," Harper continued, his voice steady. "Animals can sense your intentions. If you're calm, they'll be calm. If you're friendly, they'll respond in kind." So, I took a deep breath and reached out. Harper's hand, trembling slightly, made contact with the beast's rough skin. The creature tensed, its spines rattling ominously, but Harper didn't pull away. Instead, he began to stroke it gently, his hand moving in soothing circles. The council members watched in awe as the death beast visibly relaxed under Harper's touch, its spines retracting and a low, rumbling purr emanating from deep within its chest. "Unbelievable," muttered Verk, his containment pod glowing a faint green in contemplation. "This goes against everything we know about the Cathan death beast's added Zrax. Their ferocity is legendary. They should have torn him apart." "But they didn't," Gav said, his eyes twinkling with a mix of pride and amusement. "Humans have this knack. We call it the human touch." The assembly room erupted into a cacophony of discussions and debates. The idea that humans could pacify one of the galaxy's most dangerous creatures with mere touch was both revolutionary and alarming. The implications for interspecies diplomacy and alliance building were staggering. "I propose we investigate this further," Vier said, his logical mind already whirring with possibilities. "If humans possess this unique ability, it could be invaluable for our collective security and cooperation." Agreed, Zrax nodded. "We must understand this phenomenon. It could change the very fabric of our interactions with hostile species." Gav leaned back, satisfied with the council's reaction. He knew this revelation was just the beginning. Humans had many more surprises in store for the galaxy, and Captain Harper's encounter was only the first chapter in a story that would reshape interstellar relations forever. As the council members debated and planned their next steps, Harper's voice echoed in Gav's mind. Animals can sense your intentions. If only the rest of the galaxy could understand the simple truth behind those words, the future might be brighter than any of them could imagine. The aftermath of the Galactic Council's meeting saw an unprecedented level of interest in human-Cathan interactions. Captain Jack Harper found himself at the center of a whirlwind of scientific curiosity and diplomatic intrigue. His initial encounter with the Cathan Death Beast had not only captivated the Galactic Council, but also sparked a series of investigations into the nature of human-animal interactions. Back on the Cathan homeworld, Harper and his crew were given a unique status as honorary members of the Cathan Society. This was a rare honor, granted only to those who had proven their bravery and earned the trust of the clans. Captain Harper, a Cathan warrior named Zor, growled, his voice like the rumble of distant thunder. You and your crew have shown us something we did not believe possible. You have tamed our fiercest beasts. This is a feat that none but the greatest of our warriors have achieved. Harper, standing at the edge of a vast Cathan ceremonial arena, nodded respectfully. We didn't set out to tame them, Zor. We just wanted to understand them. Zor's massive form loomed over Harper, but there was no threat in his posture. Instead, there was a kind of reverence. Understanding leads to taming, human. You have earned our respect and, with it, our alliance. As part of their new alliance, Harper and his crew were invited to participate in the Great Hunt, a sacred Cathan tradition. The hunt was not merely a test of strength, but a demonstration of the bond between warriors and their beasts. The morning of the hunt was marked by the blaring of Cathan horns and the rhythmic chanting of their warriors. Harper, dressed in the traditional garb provided by Zor, felt a mix of excitement and apprehension. His crew members, seasoned explorers and soldiers, shared his sentiment. Remember, Jack Lieutenant Carter, Harper's second-in-command, said with a grin. Just like petting a giant, deadly house cat. Harper chuckled, but there was a serious edge to his smile. Let's not forget, Carter. These house cats can tear through starship hulls. The hunt began in the dense alien jungles of Catha Prime. Harper, paired with a death beast named Gorth, moved through the underbrush with a surprising sense of ease. The beast, now accustomed to Harper's presence, responded to his commands with an intelligence that was both inspiring and terrifying. Steady, Gorth, Harper whispered, patting the creature's armored flank. The beast's many eyes glimmered in acknowledgement as it crouched low, preparing to pounce. The prey, a massive herbivore known as a grath, thundered through the jungle, its 6 legs carrying its bulk with surprising speed. Harper signaled to Gorth, and the beast launched itself forward, moving with a lethal grace that belied its size. The grath bellowed in fear and pain as Gorth's claws sank into its flesh. Harper moved in quickly, using a Cathan spear to deliver the final blow. The grath collapsed, its massive form shuddering in its death throes. Zor, who had been watching from a distance, approached with a nod of approval. You have done well, Harper. The bond between you and Gorth is strong. You honor our traditions. Harper wiped the sweat from his brow and smiled. Thank you, Zor. It's an incredible experience. As the hunt concluded and the Cathan warriors celebrated their successful kills, Harper took a moment to reflect. The bond he had formed with Gorth was more than just a means of survival. It was a testament to the potential for understanding and cooperation between vastly different species. News of the successful hunt spread quickly through the Galactic Council. The footage of Harper and Gorth working in perfect harmony was broadcast across numerous star systems, further solidifying humanity's reputation as a unique and valuable member of the interstellar community. Back at the Galactic Council headquarters, a new committee was formed to study the implications of human-animal bonding. Scientists from various species collaborated to understand the underlying mechanisms that allowed humans to connect with such dangerous creatures. Dr. V, a renowned xenobiologist from the Uran Enclave, led the committee. His fascination with human behavior was evident as he interviewed Harper and his crew. Captain, your ability to bond with the Cathan death beasts is unprecedented. We have observed similar behaviors in humans with terrestrial animals, but this is extraordinary. Harper shrugged modestly. It's not something we can fully explain. It's just a feeling. We trust the animals, and they trust us in return, Doctor. V nodded thoughtfully. Trust. An interesting concept. It seems to be a crucial element in these interactions.